In this demo, we will be looking at how to utilize the Power Platform and mixed reality capabilities using Dynamics 365 Field Service to create an app that is used by the field technician, service provider in the field, fixing machines, sensors, and vending machines in this case. It provides the technicians with productivity and real time insights on their next best action, the jobs that's assigned to them, the activities that they have to take. They can use the mixed reality remote assist HoloLens capabilities for remote troubleshooting when they're on the field. They can interact with their technician remotely. There is shift handover in Teams chat for them to exchange notes on their shift, provides details about the next best route and the service item related details that's easily available for them in the mobile and tablet while they're on the field. It also connects with the backend asset management system to order spare parts that they would need to fix a problem. It also gives an insight in terms of contracts and maintenance related financial work orders that the field technician would need to handle real time. The use case is multifold. One, it could be definitely used by the field technician and the service professional. Plus, on the other side, the company that is managing the devices, it could be any devices which has data that pumps into the IoT Azure for analysis. For real time insights, the company can use this app to track the health of those devices proactively and then trigger service alerts. The solution components used in this demo are Power Platform Premium Connector, Mixed Reality HoloLens, Remote Assist, AI Builder. You have an option to integrate with SAP or Dynamics 365 Supply Chain, Power BI for real time insights, Teams and Outlook for shift handover and shift integration, project operations for allocating work order and schedule of those work against those technicians. Also using Bing Maps for route tracking. And Dynamics 365 Field Service is the first party app that provides most of these solutions. We are using Dynamics 365 Field Service, but also using Power Platform to make it even more robust by tapping into the features that's provided by Dynamics 365 Field Service. Now let's get into the demo and see how it all works together. This is the demo app, and you do have four menus. If we get into the dashboard, I have various insights that's been provided here, right from list of jobs that's due for the day or the month, work order details coming from field service. I can pick and choose based on the dates that is there. And I also have the plant overview where the machines are allocated or installed. It could be your vending machines in various zones and regions and mom and pop retail stores and malls and locations. Gives the efficiency of that particular field technician, notification on urgent mission that he or she has to work on, job completion for that particular month. So it gives an entire insight that is relevant and very necessary for the field technician. And you could use this app in mobile and tablet while you're on the field. Now, I could either click on this job and go into those jobs and take a look at that, or I could use this dashboard here or the menu panel here to go and look at the jobs one by one. I'll show both the examples. I'm going to click on the sensor issue here. It will take me to the jobs. Or if I click on my jobs here on the menu, it would bring me to the same place. I have an option to search for the job. Let's say if I say 437, it's going to list the jobs that's the number 437 or by the name. It could be Siemens or Schneider or any of that machine that you handle in your technician's scope. Or you could use the name of the machine like Coke Freestyle or Coke vending machine and stuff like that. You have an option to sort those mission details or job details based on open, closed, in progress. So in this case, we would pick an example of a job that is open. I'm going to pick Coke Freestyle 790, click on view. It's going to take me to this particular screen where I have to do a monthly maintenance. And there's again a lot of insight that's coming from Azure IoT into the Power Apps. And it gives a description of that mission, Coke Freestyle 790. Work order has been created. And these are the sensor related details that you could bring in real time. Red is a problem item, and also you could input what would be the estimate downtime cost. It could be anything that you want to, X number of hours, X number of dollars. That's totally fine. And then as a field technician, I'm going to click on start check. It's going to assign that particular work job in work order or the job to my name here. As you can see, there's an alert at the top. So now in this place, it takes me to the mission details where I have a list of missions that I need to service in a given week or a day or a month. Again, we are providing those sort options easily for the service technician to sort on these critical missions that he or she has to work on. You could sort by various items like good, medium, critical. So we would pick one of those missions here. And in here, you would see the dimensions of the form changes where you have more insights in terms of what the issue has been detected. All these are automated and coming from various systems that you may have, backend systems where you capture the sensor, fed into Azure Blob Storage or fed into Azure IoT systems, and then the insight is being brought in here. Now I also have the option to integrate with supply chain management system, Dynamics 365 supply chain or SAP, and I can order parts from the warehouse right from Power Apps right here. As you can see at the top, a new order request has been placed for that particular machine, which I have to work on or fix it. Okay. Now we would go into another menu, which is called work order menu, where you would see those machines listed within my region or within my scope for the month or the year where I'm working on. It gives a lot of insights that I need to know about that particular mission. We do have sample vending machines here, and you see the work order detail, annual contract details, and mission ID, and so many other insights that's available for me to look into. For example, if I look at one of these machines, it could be a mission that's deployed in KFC malls or in a location, for example, Gentia's KFC mall, and there's a Pizza Hut in Chinatown. So if I click on this, you see these updates are changing. Now I could manually key in and input quickly while I'm working on this. Let's say sensor change, and I just click on save. So I could quickly grab those notes while I'm on the field, and you see it immediately pops up at the top. So for me to know, okay, this is the one that I just serviced, and I have updated the notes. I have option to create a new work order. I have option to print those things as well. Now, if I click on this, it will give me a much better view in terms of how this is listed. And here you would see more details in terms of the machine's location, the technician names, the work order details, and stuff like that, and the health of those devices as well. From here, I could go into work order where I could again make this into a flow where I need to assign a job to a technician. Now I could shift roles here rather than being a technician, I could be a supervisor. We also have chat where I could chat with my fellow colleagues or your teammates and update the status of that particular day or for that particular week. So you could do shift handovers as well using the chat. Now I'm going to the schedule board. This is used by the technician supervisor or the leader of operations who manages technicians. And I'm using Microsoft Project Operations at the back end, but with a Fluent design on Power App. Now you assign those technicians based on dates. For example, if I have to assign someone for May 2nd, and you could input those projects that's available, and I'm going to make it 5 hours, and I will say a note, fix the oil pump, for example. Then I click on save. So what happens here is, as you can see, it takes this date, it takes this time that we entered, and it puts it on that work week, and that detail is available here. Now I need the same technician to do two more jobs, which is different. For example, freestyle service, and I could say 6 hours. Freestyle service, you click on save. As you can see, it's listed here, and it automatically calculates the number of hours that's been tracked against each project on a given week. This is very important because based on these hours is where you would send a work order to your customer for charging or for billing purposes. Now, you could also assign those people based on their specialty. For example, Rick Dalton is a freestyle expert, Cliff Booth is a vending machine expert. You can pick and choose one of these guys that wanted to be a part of this work order. You could either use that way, or you can use your Azure Active Directory to list all the users that's part of the work or the team, or you could drag and drop down those users available in the system for you to add them. So this gives a complete insights on how to allocate that particular technician. Now we will be moving into the schedule board. Now, if I made a mistake, I could delete this as well, and the system would automatically remove that 6 hours and it would fall back to 5 hours. So that's totally possible. Clicking on schedule board will take me to a project operation functionality where I could drag and drop down the projects and the technicians who have to work on certain projects. As you can see here, there's a list of activities that's listed here with the number of hours, which we just added at the screen before. And these are all the maintenance tasks that I could add. And if I change this date from, let's say, March to May, so you would see list of work that's going to happen in the last 2 months. And this is very useful where it gives a 360-degree view of my technician and where they're going to perform the work and what are the projects they're going to be involved. As you can see here, there is two different projects here, freestyle maintenance and vending machine replacement. And I could toggle into the screen by going towards those dates that the technician would be working on. And as you can see, as I keep toggling, the date keeps changing, and which is easy for the scheduler to take a look at how those resources have been allocated. Now I could go into the maps for the technicians, and this is available both for technician and for the operator to see. You don't want to schedule the work in a day in two different places which is far apart. And this is where the work order tied to the map comes in very handy. As you can see, I have a few plots in here, which is nothing but a work order. There's a customer here with a work order number JUM10 at the top. And then here that you would see another work order, and you would see another work order here. So that way you could plot the next best route, and you could use Bing Maps or any other maps using the web API services. And these are the plots that the technician would have to keep traveling. And there is also work order detail on this text box that automatically highlights, so they know what they're going to do and where they're going to do. And you as a supervisor or the operations lead can also track their movement in terms of where they are headed after finishing their job, right? It could be multiple job, and you could send them to a different parts of the country or city. In here, they are moving to a nearby country called Malaysia, but you could still use your car to go there. But you get those feature sets as well. So we have seen the schedule boarding, we have seen the work order management, and we've also seen the device status. Now, finally, what I wanted to show is the HoloLens feature that's available, and that's only available using a mobile or tablet device. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash my tablet where I have the app as well. So I'm going to come into the vending machine screen. I'm going to click one of those HoloLens icon here, which would take me to this particular screen where, in this case, we are going to use a Coke vending machine as a device that a remote assistant is going to come into the play. I click on view in MR. It's going to ask me to plot, and then it's going to bring that devices as part of the 3D processor, where as a technician I could take a look at the image in my handheld device. Now, particularly useful if I have to do a screen share with my technician in a remote place where they could help me to solve this problem in terms of, hey, fix this sensor or fix this particular configuration. So I'm using my handheld device here. and the technician can relay this inputs to the experts and specialists that is available in a different place. It could be in a different country as well, and it could be multiple technician that could get onto the call and help me to fix the problem. So you could also measure that devices where you could take the height, length, and the size of the device. Particularly useful if you are going to place a new machine or install a new machine in a place and you wanted to know the size of that particular place where you wanted to calibrate. And that is totally possible as well by using the mixed reality feature where you would size those four corners and then you submit and it would take those dimensions here as you see at the right hand side. It takes those measurements as well. So very handy and very useful for the field technician when they are working remotely on this particular job. Now I'll head over to my desktop client where there is one other functionality that's available as part of the field technician working on and have to submit a report. So if I click on file a report, I have an option to take a picture, do a pen input, get signature from customer or my input as well, or upload an image. So what we will do is we'll say we're going to fix the freestyle mission. We did that, and I'm going to take a plain blank camera input and name it as freestyle. Now, I could either submit or if I wanted to do a pen input, I could do that as well. So let's say freestyle, and it could be your signature as well for the purpose of authenticity or the requirement the customer needs this signature digital ones as well, or I could upload an image as well from my local mission. So as I see that these three drop downs are very important when you file a report, besides the other forms that you saw recently on the Power Apps. And that report is available here on your right side, whatever we just uploaded an image, the manual digital signature, if you will, and a blank picture. And then I click on submit. That particular item gets into a report folder, which is what you see here. And I can come back, I can either edit that and add new attachment, or I could edit and I can remove that attachment as well. All these possibilities are out of the box using Power Platform capabilities. And this app uses all of those features to ensure that the field technician productivity is top priority. Plus, you also have access to the work orders, the financials of that particular work order. You could do the same inputs right here. You can attach a picture or you can type in the manual keynotes as well when you are working on those jobs that you have to work on. And you can also attach the invoice for your customer as part of your annual maintenance or your break fix items as well. And you could also bring in Teams and Outlook for approval on various of these alerts that we just saw. When a technician creates a new work order or agrees to a work order, creates a text input, creates a file report, and the options are endless. And we're bringing all those opportunities to automate and digitalize a field technician workload using Power Platform and using integrations and connectors for SAP and Dynamics 365. The core of the solution does use field service, project operations, and HoloLens and mixed reality for remote troubleshooting and making guides so that the technicians are effectively working on resolving the issues proactively. Plus, there is Azure IoT sensor connected towards this app, which helps the technician to proactively work on those mission related faults. We almost come to the end of this demo. I hope it was insightful. Just to summarize, what we saw in today's demo is a field technician app as well as a supervisor app, and also a company who wants to track their devices maintenance proactively with Azure IoT integrated scenarios. You do have Power BI dashboards for real-time insights. We saw HoloLens and remote assist in Play. We saw field service, project operation in scheduling a work order, creating a work order. We did see Bing Maps and TomTom Navigator to showcase the next best route for the field technician. Plus, we also saw a field team can interact through chat and Teams. Also, we captured the availability of the technician based on their specialty of work. With this, we wrap up this demo. I hope you find this useful and insightful.